Hàng ngày có 500 trẻ em qua đời do tai nạn giao thông. Chúng ta cần hành động mạnh mẽ và kiên định, nỗ lực nhiều hơn nữa vì tương lai của chúng ta, tương lai của con em chúng ta. Đây sẽ là một chặng đường dài, nhưng chúng ta có thể cùng nhau làm cho những con đường trở nên an toàn hơn cho tất cả mọi người. Sự an toàn của chúng ta nằm trong tay của bạn. Thông điệp rất mạnh mẽ thưa quý vị. Bằng sức ảnh hưởng toàn cầu của mình, thông qua những kênh truyền thông quốc tế thì 3 năm qua, bà Dương Tử Quỳnh đã mang đến những thay đổi tích cực trong ý thức và hành vi tham gia giao thông ở những nơi bà đã đến và truyền cảm hứng. Xin trân trọng được mời quý vị gặp gỡ ngay sau đây ở sân khấu của chúng ta đại sứ toàn cầu của chiến dịch 3.500 sinh mạng và 4 đại sứ nhỏ của Vinschool cùng tham gia bàn tròn đại sứ để cùng trao đổi và sẻ chia những việc mà người đại sứ an toàn cần làm, có thể làm trong cuộc sống hàng ngày để nâng cao ý thức an toàn giao thông, cứu ngàn sinh mạng. Chúng ta sẽ cùng chào đón bà Dương Tử Quỳnh sân khấu này. Và cùng với sự hiện diện của ngôi sao điện ảnh Dương Tử Quỳnh, đại sứ toàn cầu của chiến dịch, xin mời 4 em nhỏ, 4 đại sứ nhỏ của chúng ta của hệ thống giáo dục Vinschool cùng lên sân khấu. Xin mời bà đón nhận lãng hoa tươi thắm. Chào mừng bà đến với Việt Nam, đến với Hà Nội, đến với Vinschool. Đó là 4 em nhỏ Trần Văn Hào, khối 12, Trần Diệu Hân, khối 10, Hà Khánh Phương, khối 9 và Trịnh Tường Lam, khối 4. Ngay bây giờ, xin mời toàn thể quý vị chúng ta cùng vỗ tay thật lớn để chào đón cuộc nói chuyện trực tiếp ở sân khấu này do chính 4 bạn nhỏ của chúng ta điều hành. Xin được mời 4 em nhỏ của chúng ta.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Trần Văn Hào, and I will be your host for today. It is my great honor to introduce our ambassadors who will join our discussion. Let's give a big round of applause to Miss Michelle Yeo. And besides Miss Michelle, there are also 3 ambassadors coming from Vinschool today. Right next to her is Hà Khánh Phương. And then there's Nguyễn Diệu Hân. And finally, this is Trịnh Tường Lam. She's in grade 4 and she's also our youngest ambassador here. So Miss Michelle, we just watched a Vinschool students musical which presented a student's perspective on traffic safety. So can you share with us some of your thoughts or feelings about it?
Well, first of all, good afternoon to everyone here, distinguished guests, and especially our beautiful students at the back at the Vinschool. It is a real privilege and pleasure to be here. Both Jean and I are very excited and really, really happy. I was very moved and touched by the depth of your understanding of what it means, the 3,500 lives program that we are running, because 500 children die on the roads every day, and simply because they are trying to get to school. And I think in your Don't Let My Dream Become a Nightmare, your beautiful presentation on the speech and the lovely song that was sung earlier on really gave me hope that you will stand up for yourselves. You will make this, because this is your human right as a child, to be nurtured by us, protected by us, educated by us, and I am sure all the adults in this room, your parents, everyone will join me in this fight, because we can see what amazing adults they are going to be, right?
Thank you for sharing your thoughts, Miss Michelle. So in the play, we could see that there's a situation in which a child's dream suddenly becomes unattainable due to a traffic accident. And such incident can happen anywhere, anytime around the world. So that each day, 3,500 lives are lost and thousands of people suffer from permanent injuries from traffic accidents. So in today's discussion, we'll discuss 3 main issues. First, about traffic safety. Second, about how the hashtag 3,500 Lives campaign is being deployed around the world. And third, and the most important issue, that is the role of our ambassadors here in promoting traffic safety, not only in Vietnam, but also around the world. So let's jump into the first part. Tường Lam, could you tell us that on your way to school every day, have you seen any dangerous behaviors on the street?
There have been many times I have seen bad behavior in the street, such as people watching football, texting or listening to the music when they are driving. That is very dangerous. And because of this reason, traffic accidents have happened very frequently in Vietnam.
Yes, indeed. I've seen many people driving without fastening their seatbelts. And also, drink driving is a pretty common issue in Vietnam.
Well, for me, like parents in Vietnam, they often underestimate the fact of wearing helmets, why it is really important for children to have helmets to protect them.
Right, so the behaviors that we are discussing, like not wearing helmets or texting or drinking while driving, are actually addressed by the 12 principles presented by the FIA. So, Ms. Michelle, is it a big goal for this campaign as well as the FIA to spread these 12 principles to the public?
Well, the 12 principles are very simple, very effective, and it doesn't cost you anything, right? I was very happy when Jean had the brainchild of launching the 3,000 Lives hashtag together with one of the largest advertising company in the world, JC.co. In 2017, until today, we have 1,100 cities in 80 countries that have the 14 ambassadors showing what are the different things that you should be aware of and should do. And then, of course, the FIA 12 golden rules. And if you read down the golden rules, they are really, really very, very simple. It's like stay focused, put on your safety belts, wear your safety helmets. And, of course, safety helmets that are homologated, right, by the correct standard, not just a little tin cap on your head, and definitely not a baseball cap. And one of the other things that we are very aware of is education. With political will, which is top of our priority, but that is the job and duty of the adults and of your parents to also vocalize to your political leaders that the implementation of good rules on the roads, because the minute you leave your house, you are a road user, whether you are a driver, on the motorcycle, on a bicycle, or a pedestrian. So we all must claim to have the right to safer and better roads. And with this, what we are doing with the campaign is, first of all, we are creating the awareness, which is very important. Without the awareness, probably today you will not be able to cite me the 12 golden rules. You will not be able to understand there are so many simple steps that can be taken. So what we do is we hope that in the schools, and possibly we start with the Vinschool, that they will have a program just specialized on road safety. So you educate the children from a very young age. And I know that children are so smart because it becomes best practices, good habits for you from a very young age. For example, when you wake up in the morning, you brush your teeth. You have a shower, and that's pure hygiene. Next thing, when you leave the house, what do? You do all the practical things that could protect your lives on the roads. So I hope that this will be the next step. And you as young ambassadors, it is your duty sometimes to remind the elders, whether it's your parents, whether it's your older brother or younger sister, to do all these safe practices as well. And that's your responsibility.
Thank you, Ms. Michelle. So, given the challenge at hand, I would like for us to move on to the most important part of our discussion today, which will discuss what can we as young people, young generation, do to promote traffic safety better in Vietnam and to the whole world in general. So we'll start with Tường Lam. So what would you do as an ambassador to promote traffic safety?
As a primary student, I will start with my family and then people around me like my friends, my teachers, or even a stranger when I participate on traffic. Sometimes I can see the subjectivities of the adults when they join the traffic. For the example, I once saw a man who didn't fasten his seatbelt when he's driving. They even texting, watching football, watching phones, surfing internet when they are riding motorbike. That is very dangerous, right? And they ignore about the dangers of traffic accidents has become the bad habit of Vietnamese I think that is very bad. To help everyone realize about the importance of traffic safety, we need to remind them not distract by using smartphone, pay more and pay full attention when you are driving, when you are on the road. From what I learned today, I will make the presentations for my family, my friends, and my teachers for say about the dangers of traffic accidents and explain about 12 safe steps road safety campaign my family and my friends. By raising the awareness and follow the simple step, we can ensure the better future for our young generations.
I think I have to take her with me.
Thank you, Tưởng Lam. So you will remind your friends, your parents, your relatives when they're doing something dangerous, right? So same question. What about you, Khánh Phương?
Well, as a middle school student, I would instantly think of social media as a powerful platform to raise awareness. So by sharing my messages and my thoughts on social media, I would be able to influence people around me. I also think that personal projects or organizations will be highly efficient as people can directly take part into the campaign.
Yes, so you would use the power of social media.
Do you have a campaign going at the moment?
Not yet.
Okay, I look forward to seeing what your new idea of a campaign would be like.
Yeah, I hope you would use social media and personal projects to further influence not only your classmates but your whole community, right? So what about you, Diệu Hân?
Well, in the early 2000s, most Vietnamese people tended not to wear safety helmets, which led to huge numbers of deaths each year. However, in 2007, the government issued a regulation which required all motorbike riders to wear safety helmets and penalize people who violated this regulation. And thanks to this traffic law improvement, the number of deaths has decreased significantly. And so therefore I can see the benefits of having traffic law enforcement. And so I believe that in order to raise the awareness of the whole society, our generation should lobby for traffic law improvement and more serious penalties. And I personally will participate in societal activism and launch campaigns to encourage people to use public transport more often. And also, I'll try my best to emphasize the importance of safety helmets to everyone.
Well, actually, just to add on to that, I think the first time when I came to Vietnam to do public announcements for wearing safety helmet, they did not have the rule that you must wear your safety helmets on the motorcycle. And at that point, whenever you walk down the street or you stood there and watched the traffic go by, you could see almost all the motorcyclists did not wear their safety helmets. And then in 2007, we lobbied very hard together with the government. And I was very pleased to see it in place, but still not everybody was wearing their safety helmets. And even today, I think the implementation of the law, which we will require enforcement from the highest levels, from the traffic police, so that people will be caught. And we have stood by the side of the roads giving out helmets in hopes to encourage people to wear them because you need to protect your head. The other thing is, I'm not sure, I don't want to say this as concrete, whether the backseat driver must have a helmet if that law is in place already. It is. But still, because I remember coming here end of last year to promote safety steps, we were giving out helmets in the schools for the children. When I was standing there and watching the parents come to collect the children, the parents had their helmets, but the kids were still wearing their, like me. Don't be like me. Be better than me. Wear your safety helmets. And the children especially must wear their safety helmets. So children, if your parents forget your safety helmet, make sure you don't.
So for Diệu Hân, she's trying to lobby for changes in laws and policies that would result in fewer and fewer car and travel accidents in the future. So it looks like that at any stage of life, everyone could be their own activist or influencers, right? So for Lam, she's still a 4th grader, and what she can do best is to influence her family, her relatives, everyone around her, and just immediate remind, right? And for Khánh Phương, she's a secondary student, and she can do best in influence her classmates, her neighborhood, or maybe her school. That's a bigger area. And for Diệu Hân, her influence, her impact could be seen in maybe in the national level, because you're trying to vote for changes in laws and policies, right? So that would affect a lot of people.
And how about for you?
I would support them immediately.
Spoken like a true gentleman. Good.
So Miss Michelle, after hearing all of the missions from our ambassador, do you have any message or advice, not only for our ambassadors, but for the whole young generation, so that they can practice traffic safety better?
Well, I think everyone, every student in this room, and all your other friends who are young people, all of you are ambassadors. The fact that you are here already shows your commitment to the fact that road safety is a priority for you and should be a commitment on your own part. We cannot always depend on other people to take care of us. First, learn to take care of yourself. Be good to yourself, stay healthy, stay wise, and stay safe.
Thank you, Ms. Michelle. I think your advice would be very helpful for these young students to promote a safer world. And I want to add another information that in the next year, just like Ms. Michelle have said before, that Vinschool will incorporate the 12 safe driving principle into its life skills curriculum, so that our students can benefit from that, can get a more serious view of traffic safety and what to do on the streets so that they can be safe and others can be safe.
That would be fantastic if Vinschool could be our demo, you know, to show how it can be done in the best possible way and to create the best environment which is safe for the people who are living in this area, and then it could grow and spread to other places as well. So Vinschool, over to you.
So thank you, Ms. Michelle, and our ambassadors who have participated in our very informative discussion today. I hope that through the discussion, everyone in the audience and everyone who has been watching this, maybe in the live stream or social media, maybe they can gain a better understanding in traffic safety, and also to support our ambassadors to do their job successfully. So thank you for listening.
Thank you, Ms. Michelle. Thank you for key ambassador to the campaign. So, ladies and gentlemen, big hand for them. Một lần nữa chúng ta cùng vỗ nồng nhiệt cho họ. Cảm giác rất là lưu luyến, thưa quý vị. Tôi vẫn nhớ là khi mà nói các thông điệp thì đại sứ Michelle, bà Dương Tử Quỳnh có chỉ lên trên mũ của mình và nói rằng là don't be like me, be shaper than me. Một rất tình cảm, và tôi nghĩ rằng mọi người có thể rất nhớ điều này. Chúng ta vừa cùng theo dõi cuộc trò chuyện thú vị và rất tự tin giữa 4 em nhỏ, 4 đại sứ nhỏ của chúng ta của hệ thống giáo dục Vinschool, em Trần Văn Hào, Trần Diệu Hân, Hà Khánh Phương và Trịnh Tường Lam với đại sứ toàn cầu Dương Tử Quỳnh của chiến dịch này.